Hi, welcome back to another episode of Then We Eat. On today's episode, we'll be making loaded twice baked potato casserole. The first thing you want to do is you want to bake 4 large potatoes, which works out to about 3 1/4 cups of potato. I've already gone ahead and done that, and I'm just waiting for my potatoes to cool. If you haven't seen how we bake a potato, you can go back and watch our twice baked potato episode. I think it was the very first one we did. It'd be fun to watch if you haven't already seen it. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start the insides for our potato. So we're going to turn on our induction cooker and we're going to start making a cheese sauce. So to our frying pan, we're going to add 1/4 cup of butter. And you want to let the butter melt entirely. Once our butter is melted, we're going to add 2/3 cup of whipping cream and 1/4 cup of sour cream. And I'm just going to give that a whisk to incorporate. Once we have everything all mixed together, we're going to add 1 1/2 cups of cheese, and we're going to let that melt into a nice cheese sauce. My cup is about 2 cups of cheese, so I'm going to add all but about 1/4 cup. And I'm just going to slowly whisk it in until the cheese is all melted. The cheese is all melted in. I'm just going to let it cook for a minute or two just to thicken up slightly. Okay, so our cheese sauce is thickened slightly. I'm going to take it off the heat and set it aside while I get my potatoes going. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is scoop out our potatoes. I ended up with 5 large potatoes. That's what it took for my 3 1/2 pounds. You use whatever it takes for your 3 1/2 pounds. So the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to cut them in half and scoop them out. You want to make sure that you get all of the potato out of the skin. You don't want to leave any in here because you want all of this potato for your casserole. If you were making double baked, you would leave a little bit of the potato still in the skin, but in this case you want all of the potato. I did forget to mention that when I did bake the potatoes, I did rub them with oil and put salt and pepper on the top. Okay, so our potatoes are all scooped out. I did save 3 of the skins. I'm going to cut them into 1-inch pieces and I'm going to use them for the top of our casserole. I'm just going to put this aside until we're all done. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give my potatoes a slight mash. Okay, so that's about as much as I like my potatoes mashed. If you like some lumps in it, you don't have to mash it as much. If you like it a little smoother, then give it a little bit more of a mash. To our potato mixture, we're going to add the cheese sauce we just made. I'm going to add half my bacon. This was 6 strips of bacon cut and then cooked. I'm going to add half into my potato mixture now, and the rest will go on top. This was 2 green onions chopped up, so I'm going to use half in the potato mixture, and again I'm going to use the rest for the top. And give that a mix. Okay, and there's our mixture done. What you would normally do at this point is you would put it into a greased casserole dish. I'm going to cook mine on the barbecue today, so I'm going to use my cast iron frying pan and I'm going to cook it on the barbecue in the frying pan. I have greased my frying pan. I've got butter in the bottom of it so nothing will stick. So let's get the mixture into our frying pan. I'm just going to even it out so it's nice and even in our frying pan. And last but not least, we're going to top the top with our cut up pieces of potato skin, our bacon, our cheese, and our onions. I'm going to start with our cheese. Just sprinkle that on top. Next we'll add the skins. And again, make sure you get the skins well distributed over the top. Next we'll add the bacon. This is looking so good. And the last thing we're going to add is our chopped onion. It's going to add a little bit of color to it as well. Okay, so if this was in a casserole dish, you would bake it for 30 to 35 minutes in an oven preheated to 350 degrees. I'm not putting mine in the oven. I'm going to cook mine on the barbecue. I'm thinking that it's probably going to take about the same amount of time, but we'll let you know when it's done. So we'll see you when it's cooked. And welcome back. Our potatoes are off the barbecue, they're cooked, and they're ready to try. So before I try the potatoes, don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell to let you know when a new video comes out. And comment down below, what would you like to see us make next? Or better yet, have you tried these? What would you do differently? So, let's try the potatoes. The pan is really hot, so I have to make sure that I don't touch it. Make sure that we get some potatoes, some onion, everything on one bite. They're so good, but man, they are hot. Oh yeah, they're good. They would make an excellent side dish to anything that you're cooking for dinner. So that's gonna wrap another video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, first we cook, then we eat.